New tonight here on The Current, a brand new rare exhibit will be on display at the Figge Art Museum in Davenport starting this Saturday. In fact, the Figge is one of only 10 museums across the country that will be showing works from the National Gallery of Art as part of the gallery's Across the Nation initiative. And it's why we have Joshua Johnson, co-senior curator of the Figge, joining us now. Josh, thank you so much for being back here with us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, tell me what the exhibit is that people can see this weekend.
So it is the Golden Age, and it's featuring Northern European artworks from the collection of the National Gallery of Art in Washington, D.C. And as you mentioned, this is part of their Across the Nation initiative. So we are one of 10 museums across the country that were selected for these loans. And actually, not to brag, but we actually have more loans than any other institution in the country coming to us. We have about 10 pieces coming from the National Gallery, where everyone else is getting about 3 at those other institutions.
Oh no, you can brag about that. That's
well,
okay.
You. Yeah.
How rare is it for a museum like Figge to get these artworks? Because, I mean, what we're seeing on the screen is normally only shown in like New York, Chicago, LA. How interesting is this?
Yeah, these are some of the biggest names in art history. So we have a loan of an Anthony van Dyck painting. We have another portrait by Frans Hals. We have a mythological scene by Lucas Cranach the Elder. And while these all sound kind of like big pompous names, they are, canonical, famous names. And these paintings, as you mentioned, would only typically be shown in major institutions, the Metropolitan Museum of Art, the Art Institute of Chicago, or of course the National Gallery of Art, where these are being lent from. So it's a huge opportunity for us to have these.
Wow. So how is the Figge chosen?
So the National Gallery actually identified what institutions they wanted to reach out for. And they basically asked the various institutions to submit a proposal for what kind of loans they'd want to feature. And so our thought was to basically, we had all these Northern European paintings in our own collection that had been sitting in storage since we had reshuffled some of our permanent collection galleries. And we thought this would be a great opportunity to pair some of our best examples of Northern European art with some of these loans from the National Gallery to be able to tell this kind of complete story of this such vibrant period in history. So really from the mid-16th century all the way up to about 1700. So a really rich period of history full of religious turmoil, changes in government, changes in kind of views on theology, and also just in terms of a different focus on who art is being made for. We see this switch in art being made for the aristocrats, now being made more for kind of more middle-class, everyday people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when you look, as a curator, when you're looking at these pieces of artwork, what stands out to you when you look at these that you just go, oh my gosh, no wonder this is a masterpiece?
Well, so when we were first opening up the crates, I've been looking at these lists of paintings for about 2 years now. And so when I first saw them in person, my jaw hit the floor. Just the quality of them is so astounding. And it's not even just the intricate detail. For instance, there's this wonderful painting by Frans Hals of him as a civic guards person. And it's not that they're really intricate, because it is some of that, but the flashing flickers of these brief brush strokes, being able to articulate something like a piece of lace in like 3 strokes is amazing. And it's just the sign of a true kind of artistic master at work. And to be able to get to see that in person and now get to pass it every day on my way to work is a true honor and privilege. And I should mention too, we're gonna have these loans for like 2 years, so people are gonna be able to spend a lot of time processing and sitting with these works and thinking about them in situ like this.
Wow, I mean, just looking at them today, the photos that we're showing on the screen, I was so blown away. I can't imagine how long it would take to make a piece of artwork like this.
Yeah, and some of them, these would have been worked on over the course of several years. Some of them, like the Frans Hals, would have been worked on fairly quickly. So there is really a true variety there. But the skills that you're seeing in that like Adrian van Utrecht painting that was just on the screen of that swan, to be able to get that texture like that, to make it seem so lifelike and pop off the surface of the canvas, that's a lifetime of building skill and training with other master artists.
And I think it just really fits in with the Figge's mission, of being this museum in the middle of the Midwest that everyone said no one would go to, and is now a beacon.
Yeah, no, it's a real testament to our kind of goal of being able to bring these world-class names in art and these examples of these beautiful paintings to citizens right here in the Quad Cities and share them with this region.
Wow. Before I let you go, really fast, last time you were here was for the outdoor light installation at the Figge. We see it every night and it's beautiful. How has it been going from your perspective?
It's been going great, and like you said, it is this beacon, it is this welcoming signal to the community to come and visit the museum, and also something that if you never visit the Figge, though we hope you do, it's a piece of art that's for the entire community, whether you come to the museum or not. So happy that it's here.
Josh, congratulations. A lot of work goes into this, and I know you're so excited for Saturday. So are we.
We're thrilled.
For you guys at home, if you want to share this story or check out more about the gallery, you can find our online article at WQAD.com. Just click on the As Seen on TV tab at the top of the page.